What's going on, y'all, man? It's LA Rich, and we back with another vid, man. And look, today we got the one and only Charlie Kirk back on the channel with him doing a video titled Charlie Kirk finishes radical pro-trans student activist. Now, by the looks of it, this is a woman. So I'm interested to see what her takes are gonna be on this topic. But before we get into it, what I want to say is thank y'all so much for helping me hit 12.3 thousand. We're on to 12.4 now. I appreciate y'all so much for the love and support y'all show me every single day. It truly means the most to me. And nonetheless, we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And hey, enough with the talking. Let's do it.
My main thinking on the topic is that
another thing I ain't never asked y'all, do y'all like the videos having captions on it or no captions? Because I never put the captions on, but I'm gonna ask and see from this video, do y'all want the captions on or off when I watch these videos? Let me know.
that's why my main thinking on the topic is that for a lot of people, for trans people, I don't know if you're for a lot of trans people, like, it's a matter of life and death to express themselves the way they want to and embrace the identity they want to and to use the pronouns that they care about. And what is it to you to not respect it?
Yeah,
like,
so
why do you?
there's two separate issues. We could go on endlessly and it probably wouldn't get anywhere where I would be like my own personal opinions on that.
Right.
But the more important question is, how does society react to it, right? That's the more important question. So I'm not going to convince trans people they're not what they say they are. Like, that's a waste of time. The question is, should we change bathrooms, like college sports? You know, that's the more important question, right? Should we teach this stuff in schools? And I would say, I mean, the moral question from my perspective is that I believe people, first and foremost, born as biological men, right, should not be allowed to exploit or damage or harm people that do not have the same testosterone, bone density, or muscle mass. Let's just take like athletics, right? So NCAA women's swimmer champion Thomas was a man, transitioned to a woman, wins the NCAA championship, right? So that's a moral question where I say, okay, you can think whatever you want, but you should have to compete in your own your chromosome should dictate what athletic competition you're in.
Yeah, and I always felt this way too. I mean, no matter what, you can transition all this, bro. You should not be able to, and I think this as well, you shouldn't be able to go into a women's restroom. If you're a woman transitioning to a man, you shouldn't be able to go into a men's restroom. So you feel me? It go both ways, especially with athletics too. If that's the case, a woman that transitions to a man, imagine her being in the NBA, being in the NFL, anything like that. You know, just imagine what would go on, and then you would really see. I feel like a more social media outrage, especially when it happens with a female that ends up doing that. You know, a female born as a female but transitioning into a man. When it comes to that in athletics, and a female that transitioned to a man ends up trying to be in a man's sport, and I don't know what can possibly happen, but say something happens where the woman gets injured or something. Woman transition to a man gets injured. I feel like the whole social media outrage is gonna go insane, man. But that's why I honestly feel like that, you know, it shouldn't come into play with stuff like that, just like Charlie said.
Your chromosome should dictate what athletic competition you're in, right? So you say it's a matter of life and death. I think doing therapy, whatever, but your therapy shouldn't be disenfranchising other female athletes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's specific to athletics.
That's just one example of a ton, right?
Like, that's specific to athletics, but like, what?
Or like bathrooms, right? So like, I don't think men and women should share bathrooms. I don't.
You don't think? I mean, gender neutral bathrooms are all over.
Yeah, and I'm totally against that, right? So just so you know, like, I think it's weird and creepy. So
what's weird?
Women can get raped. They have gotten raped. They can get sodomized. Loudoun County schools had multiple incidents of men who thought they were women and raped young children. All sorts of stuff, right? So, but then also just from a more just like civilizational level, this is one where we're totally not going to agree. I just think that if we can't have strict standards of what a man is and what a woman is, then things start to fall apart in a way I don't think we're really ready. We're ready to anticipate.
Yeah, I don't mean we can't.
We're not going to get even close on that, right? And that I know that. So
yeah, I guess my is that I don't know the statistics on it, but I find it very hard to believe that rape is far more common in gender-neutral bathrooms.
No, I'm not saying it's common. I'm saying it
So
happens. It happens.
So why is that the place that we?
Well, so whether it be locker rooms for women only and not to allow men in them, I think that protecting the innocence of women is a moral good.
But why is
because
why are trans people more likely to be rapists and specifically in public bathrooms?
Well, but
oh man, this topic, bro. But think about how easy it would be for somebody that has the mindset where they want to. I'm not gonna say it because YouTube, please don't demonetize my video. R word a woman or R word a woman. A man that is claiming himself to be trans can do it. Then you go to the definition. What makes somebody a trans person? Then they will say, well, they identify as a trans. A regular guy, he don't have to be, dressed up, your casual looking guy can identify as a trans, go into a women's restroom just because of that. You get what I'm saying? And then it's nothing they really can do because they're saying, well, if he identifies as it, what can they do after that? So that whole thing right there don't make sense to me, bro. You asking for something bad to happen, man. It's crazy pedophiles out here, rapists, and I said I don't care. Rapists and everything. That's like an easy way for them to do things. And that Charlie said, I don't think they're ready for what the world would come to if that were to happen, with men being allowed or women being allowed to go into different opposite genders bathrooms and everything, just because you identify as trans. Nah.
Why are trans people more likely to be rapists and specifically in public bathrooms?
Well, but they're biologically not the same thing. And
that's not really my question. It's
I have no data to say if they're more likely or less likely. The question is if there's a chance, which we have plenty of evidence, like tons of stories, and whether or not it's 1%, 2%, I don't know, do we have, as a society, right, an obligation to create a boundary or a barrier to say that women, right, should be a type of class, if you will, which was the argument of the feminists, that should be protected from the exploitation of men? And I say yes. And that's one of the fundamental reasons that this animates me, right?
Yeah, I mean, this topic is gonna always cause a good, what can I say? A controversial argument, regardless of whoever it is, man. Let's see what they say in the comments. I am genuinely disturbed that there is even national dialogue about this. Our country is going completely insane. They're miserable people with miserable lives that want everyone else to be miserable with them. The it's a matter of life to death argument is so weak. You're not going to die if you adhere to basic biology. I had a trans activist ask me to give examples of trans people attacking females or children. I found 5 stories. I got the second one before this person blocked me. Yeah, bro. I mean, it's with this discussion, you're gonna always find different, what can I say, opinions from people. But until you actually see a world with that being allowed, with those people that have those opinions that it should be allowed for men to be able to participate in women sports. If you're a trans men should be able to go into women's restrooms. Until it actually happens, I feel like it's always gonna be this debate, man. But what is now trans used to be called a fetish. Hey man, look, great men defending women. This is good stuff, and that's the whole thing too. The whole idea behind men that feel this way, that have kind of the same mindset as Charlie, even my mindset on it too. It's all because you're just defending women. You want women to be safe, women to not go through things that can possibly happen. It's all just based off of men defending women when it comes to this, bro. So is it really a bad thing at the end of the day? You know, but thank y'all so much for helping me hit 12.3 thousand subscribers. You know, we're at 12.4 now. I appreciate y'all so much for all the love and support y'all show me every single day. It truly means the most to me. Nonetheless, that's when it goes out the video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And it's LA Rich, and I'm getting up out of here. All right, y'all.
I just got the race, I boosted up that I'm not real. Shooter ready, go there, ready, blaze, they hit up everyone. Every time I did a give a shit, I still ain't number one. And my pockets filled with money, bitch, like fucking.